Greetings everyone and welcome back to Evil Genius 2, where in the last episode we managed to get our hands on a technician, and in this one hopefully we will get our hands on a muscle minion, on a guard specifically, and maybe even more depending on how much time we have. A fresh approach is required, and there's any number of promising candidates out there. Bring one back. Very well, let's start this side story.
What we need is a little more muscle around here. You there, how much can you lift?
About 70 kilos on a good day. 80 if I use both hands.
I guess that's not too bad, I suppose.
And how many bullet wounds can you take before you give up?
1, maybe 2.
My point exactly.
I mean, to be fair,
get out there and find
it does depend on where the bullet wounds
their
are.
secrets.
I mean, if they don't give up until they've been shot in the head twice, I consider that pretty good, actually. It means they got shot in the head once and then decided to keep going until the second one, and then they were like, nah, you know what, I choose life. But the fact that they had to take 2 bullet wounds before they decided to give up, that's pretty impressive, if I'm honest. I'm kind of envious of their staying power. Right, let's go ahead and expand out a little bit. There's a couple of things that we're going to want to set up. Now, one of them is I want a new sleepery somewhere around here, just so that our minions can more easily recover their vitality until we've got a room specifically for them to heal in. And I think this little area down here would be perfect, and we can also use it kind of as a corridor. I know there's a certain sadness in having everyone wandering through the place you're trying to sleep, but shh, it's fine. I'm thinking something. Well, actually, let's try and set this size of this room first. Something like this should do. And 4 up and 4 across. Yeah, I think that will actually work quite well. We'll have a door there and a door over here. A couple of people have actually asked me why I position my doors like that. Why I have a section of corridor rather than having the doors much like this one, which is basically flush with the wall. And that is, generally, if it's a room that I want a door on, it's a room that I don't necessarily want the Forces of Justice getting into, because I think they might find something I don't want them to see. There are traps that are only 1 tile wide but span the distance of a door, and so I'm leaving the option of putting those in there. And because I might want to change the purpose of a room later on, I kind of put them down on all rooms just as a force of habit, really, just to see how it goes. Oh, we can have a perfect... Oh, my lord, we are. Well, then, that is truly marvelous. I approve. It's basically preordained. We'll also move this in. Let's pop that right about there. And you know what? We'll have two wall chairs as well. It does mean that, sadly, we need to close this little area off, but that's okay. We'll make this one instead a corridor tile. That means we can pop the fire extinguisher right about there. And that will make a nice little area for our minions to grab a little bit of extra sleep if they feel the need. In the meanwhile, I am going to put an extra door there. But additionally, have we got enough power for this? We do. I would very much like to get our visitors kind of tied up with a couple of things. Let's pop this down. Honestly, we could easily have that here for now. We haven't got any big traps to go down, so I could instead have these 2 traps there, just to give our enemies just a little bit more to think about as they're moving through. In fact, we could even go with an extra trap right there. Now, this is going to really rough up the investigators as they come through, which means they're probably not going to be easy to capture or dissuade. We really want to try and turn them back down here before they start moving through our trap gauntlets. But once they do get to this point, I would like them very much to be taken out. If they get in here, probably want to execute them at that stage. Now, I have no idea what's going to go here, but if this is anything like the original game, and it is in many ways from what I've seen, that is probably going to be a super weapon. And I say that because in the original game, you had 2 islands. The first island was kind of like your starter island in a way. Let's find some muscle. Oh, there's a muscle minion. Wow, we can happily drop this scheme. We don't need the heat dropped any further than that. Let's go ahead and launch the scheme straight away and go and capture a muscle minion. But in the original game, you have 2 islands. The first one was just kind of getting your feet wet and stealing the various devices that you would use as the basis for your super weapon. And then based on which devices you'd stolen, whether it's super lasers or chemical waste and that sort of thing, you could then decide on a type of super weapon to pursue on the second island, which was stereotypically a volcano. But you would build a super weapon in the volcano. Because of course you would. You're a super villain. Why wouldn't you build it in a volcano? But as a result, that conspicuous gap there, yeah, that looks like some sort of silo or something along those lines. Hopefully this is going to help out our minions quite a lot in giving them more spots that they can sleep at. How else are things going? I'm starting to get to the point now where I'm thinking we might want to try and build the inner sanctum for Maximilian. That may well be worth making, and soon at that. Alright, let's pass a little bit of time. Actually, let's go and see on the second objectives. Oh, we've actually already got one. Fantastic. That'll certainly help us along. Got a little bit of extra power, but we are going to need more. Now, the thing with the power rooms, I tend towards having many of them, so that a single power room getting sabotaged is not necessarily going to completely plunge my base into darkness. Or at least if you've got all the power in one place and someone does start planting bombs, then you're going to lose all of the power in your base. Whereas if someone bombed this room, well, I would lose a lot of my power. But I would still have these 4 generators, so I could start deactivating the less critical systems in the base in order to conserve power. For example, I could shut this down, I could shut these down, so on and so forth. A guard has arrived on our island also. We can now go over here straight away. Fantastic. Got a fair bit of heat there. 19. We could... We'll be cutting it fine. Should we? Some lunatic is claiming to have opened a portal to the Grecian underworld. This is, of course, nonsense, but the gold he's gathered in tribute is nothing to sniff at. Who has a beard and a toga? Sure. Tartarus sauce.
Available.
Alright, we're going to launch this. It may cause us to go into lockdown. We're going to have to be so quick on shutting the heat down here. It's going to be crazy, but we'll certainly try. Okay, schemes. This one is about ready, and we'll have to switch over. We'll probably have to switch away from that one onto a heat removal scheme reasonably fast, but we'll see how it goes. Oh dear. Okay, well, I already would like you very much to be
Evil wants you to find this intruder and make them look the other way.
Yes.
Find and distract that intruder. What next?
Maximilian,
Time is
could you
money.
pop your head out here and de-disguise them? There we go. That's all I need you
Evil
to do.
minds
Please.
think alike.
Hopefully, they go calmly. If they do, then that's great. I'll leave Maximilian here just in case. Hopefully, as someone... Ooh, that might be a bit of a problem. We've got a couple of people about to cross paths. It's actually kind of cool that they're going down there, though. I could booby trap this area maybe a little bit.
They won't escape me. What is it
Wow,
now?
that's unfortunate. They did decide to all get involved. No, Maximilian, I don't really want you in a fight just yet. Like, oh dear, how much damage do they do? Come on, let's see if your gunplay is good enough. Whilst they're distracted, punching the minion, you can take them out with a gun. You should be able to do quite a lot of damage with that. Yeah, you can. Fantastic work.
Yes.
You did get a little bit roughed up, but not terribly so. You're probably going to wonder where your friends have gone. Hopefully, you won't find out. I mean, for you, honestly, you don't want to know where they've gone. I can show you if you really want, but it's really a one-way trip. There we go. Let's go ahead and add in another incinerator just to help things along, because we are actually taking time.
An intruder has been captured.
There we go. Now then, how much resolve have you got? I could have... Well, if I tell you to be escorted, since we've got minions just chilling out there, you'll be escorted straight away, so I'll wait for your resolve to drop a little bit further. Now then, where are you, and how badly wounded are you? You're still reasonably high on your your health, which is a bit of a
What to
problem, I'm gonna
do?
be honest.
Very well.
I'm not super happy about that. I may actually move this along. Now, the reason why I want to move it is because... Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to move this one back. Now, the reason I've done that is because I kind of want them to go down this corridor first. Because it's going to take them further. And they'll achieve less by doing so. Right, let's get you being escorted. And go and check in on this scheme. Which scheme was it? It looks like this one. Ooh, that's a lot of heat there. Let's start pulling that down for a bit. That should do quite nicely. Alright then. Starting to make a decent bit of progress, but what I'm noticing is there's a lot of minions that are reasonably low on their needs. You need sleep, you need food, you need health, you need
A scheme has
cafe.
succeeded.
We've got more minions who need food than anything else. Alright. Well, I've got a bit of a plan with that. I've got a bit of a plan. Cunning, perhaps. Let's get out there and start into my menu as well. Alright. I think it's definitely time for us to start considering building up our inner sanctum. But first, I would like to build out an area down here. This will be where our inner sanctum goes, I think. But before then, I would like two
An
things.
intruder has given us their secrets.
Fantastic. We'll confirm that for now, and then I can start adding new items. I want an eatery down here. Let's make sure that I can
trap
fit
has
in
been
the
triggered.
items that I will require. That's a bit of a problem. It's a little
A
bit too
trap
large.
has been triggered.
Uh-oh. Hello. Let me cancel that. We won't go through with that one. Maximilian,
last,
are they
I
going
need to be here.
decide to fight? Can you look their way?
Very
There we
well.
go. Hopefully, a minion will see them and deal with them. Come on, minion. Someone.
Wunderbar.
Literally minions everywhere, but no one is trying to escort them out of the premises. That is just wrong. Oh, there we go. Finally. Now, the next time they come in, they're probably going to die to that trap corridor, which is exactly what we want. Oh, no! I made a slight bit of a mistake. I just realized it's fine. We'll get it sorted. This is what happens when you're distracted by other things. But there we go. We didn't want that to be beds. We wanted that to be corridor. Right, so as I was building, let's go ahead and place down the items we require. I would like a spot back here for some of my minions to get some noms. And we'll make it about yay deep. I think that would be fine. But in here, we're going to make room for the staff room. EGTV. Restore minion morale with a 24/7 schedule of high-quality programming featuring you. I can't imagine that they would want anything but. We can squeeze that in actually quite tight if we really want to. And I am absolutely fine with this idea. That allows us to have... We need 5... There we go. And we can have another eatery on this side that way. There we are. And this should, hopefully, help out with the high demand for food that we've got going at the moment. And this can be expanded down a little bit. We'll have a corridor then connecting up here. And this should be a lovely little room. There we go. Do we have anything we can pop in there? Let's have a look. What kind of decor items do we have here? We've got some egg seats. I'm okay with an egg seat or two. We could have lamps there, but honestly, I think... Well, maybe try have these chairs instead. Sure. Just a little spot for people to rest. Oh, really? We can't have that? That's a bit of a shame. Okay, cancel those then. Unfortunately, because they can't walk back there, then it messes with everything. I could squeeze in a little bit of something else if I really want to. Maybe a locker or something back there, but I don't think we need to worry too much about that. Though, having those lamps have to move does make me want to change this up a little bit. Let's have some lamps here instead. That will hopefully work, and that'll give us a lovely little eatery for our minions. Now, we've got guards, so let's go ahead and train maybe 5 or 6 of them. I think that would be more than enough. Let's make sure that there are no agents sneaking their way back. Oh, you're probably not
Your
going to make it.
vaults are
frankly.
almost full.
Our vaults are full. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna solve that problem very, very quickly. Very quickly indeed, because if I wasn't mistaken, that TV set was extortionately expensive. 15k. My lord. Right. Well, that should help a little bit with the amount of peeps that require more. There we go. That require more food. We are seeing a couple of them around, and they just. I wish they would go and sit down instead of working themselves to hunger, to distraction from hunger. Now, with that, I believe we will have unlocked the way to train guards. Yep. So, let's go ahead and place that down. Now, if we're incredibly lucky, we may just be able to fit this in here as is. Have a look. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Let's have a look. No. Okay. Let's see about doing that. We're going to move these along. Something along these lines. There we are. And actually, sure, we'll do the same down there as well. In fact,
Your
if we're
vaults
doing
are
that, I may
full.
as well do something like this as well. I think that's going to look lovely. There we go. Right, let's get some muscle minions on the go. But this does mean that we're going to be able to get this room set up fairly quickly, which will be quite nice, I think. Let's double check on optional. Yeah, we haven't got any optional objectives to claim just yet. Oh my lord, that is an
I need
awful
that
lot of
intruder
peeps.
discovered and distracted.
I'm a little concerned, I'm going to be honest. Let's get
I
you
want
all
that intruder found and distracted quickly.
found. Though, let me just double check something. Yes, we've just got to get some muscle minions first. I know that once you've trained muscle minions, they are going to send a bunch of investigators you're meant to
A
eliminate.
scheme has
But,
succeeded.
for now, we should be fine. There we go. I do like the
Task
wall
complete.
art. Very nice. And the sunken TV as well. Oh, wow. I approve. I approve wholeheartedly. There we go. Straight in there, enjoying themselves a little bit. Now, did this one just complete? No, that's still on the way. We've got a need for a scheme to lose some heat over here. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a man in a cape vomiting from the top of the building? That last one is true. Okay. Super hurl. Let's distract people with that, I guess. We also need another one down here. There we are. North by northwest. Wait, is that a plane chasing a man down a field? Actually, no. It's us projecting the image of a plane to try and scare people away. Clever thinking, right? No. But sure. We'll go with yes for now. Okay, we're down to 20 power. That's not amazing, but hopefully...
I'm
they are on their way.
thinking.
Now, I'd actually like to see how they react to things that they're going to spot down here. Does this provide any heat? No, it does not. Marvelous. Okay, well, I do kind of need
All
them
that
removed,
evil
so
minds
let's get over there
think alike.
quickly. And there we go. Oh, dear. They're straight into a fight. Well, actually, no. They are being escorted out. Okay, not bad.
Time is money.
I was expecting that to turn into a bit of fisticuffs, but okay. We still need a bit of health for you, unfortunately. Have a look at you. Vitality is still quite low. I could build an infirmary. It'd have to be a fairly small one because infirmaries are, sadly, exceptionally expensive. Absolutely exceptionally expensive. So let's have a quick look where we can pop one down. I guess this is a fairly decent spot to put one. We can perhaps get... we'll have room for expansion as well. Sure, okay. The big expense of the infirmary isn't actually the building of it. It's the cost of the device itself, which is shockingly high in power more than anything else. Okay, let's have a wee infirmary over here. We're going to shrink this room down a little bit. Have an infirmary bed there. And let's just set this up. We want about, sure, 4 wide there. And at some point, I'm probably going to have a second one over there as well. I guess it doesn't hurt to set this up right now. There we go. We can have some areas for people to visit as well. This one is probably going to need a door, though. So let's go ahead and pop that in. We will add in some decor items. Actually, let's take that wall back just a tad. Pop a little lamp there. A cool, soothing blue... Wait, what? A chemical barrel. Perfect for storing any of the hazardous chemicals from your lair. Generates a fuel, deadly neurotoxins, various medicines, possibly people who didn't recover fast enough, etc., etc., etc. But, as tempted as I am to place some of those in, I'm going to try and hold off. I don't know why I am. Well, you know what? We can use this as a storage space for now. It's free after all. There we go. Marvellous. Perfect little infirmary. Now that is going to set us back a cool 10 power, which I'm not going to be most happy about, but oh well. Right, let's have a look at you. You're not doing too bad. It looks like other people have taken the brunt of the trap triggers over you. How about you? Oh, wow, you're at 35. You may actually die. Problem is, you may die well ahead of your friends. Oh my goodness, there are lots of them here. Right, okay, this is unfortunate. Let's go and double check. Are we at the point where I need to start taking them out? Yes, I've got to kill 3 of them. Okay, well, I mean, technically the traps may do their job themselves.
There's an intruder here.
We can then just get rid of the others if we can. Let's see.
Minions,
We'll have to
locate
see.
and distract that
This
intruder
may
right now.
go a little awry. We'll have to hope it doesn't, but it may well do. How are we doing for food? We've still got people who are hungry, but we do have a lot of staff around, so that shouldn't be too bad. Oh my lord. The amount of traps triggering there is just glorious. There, that's right. Let's get you out of there for now. That's fine, you can go down there if you want. Nope. Nope. All the rest of them, please get them out. Minions! There we are. That's right. No, oh. That's bad news, bears. They're going to take a picture of something they shouldn't.
A trap has been
Okay,
triggered.
as soon as the rest of them are out of here, excellent. They now need to be murdered. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That was a bad mistake. I should have waited for the others to be long gone. Oh, well, I guess this is going to
I need to be
succeed. I need to not be in the middle of melee. It's hard to use Maximilian's pistol while he's being beaten.
You are no match for me.
Right,
Find
let's
and kill that intruder
eliminate
quickly.
everyone here. I'm sorry, I was going to let a load of you get out, but you made this happen yourselves by deciding to all get involved. Actually, it was entirely me by giving me a kill order when I shouldn't have, but shh, it's fine. A little bit of backup support from Maximilian. There we go. Not too bad, all things told. And the rest of them know nothing. Oh my lord, that's going to take a little bit. But thankfully, we do now actually have a place where our minions can go and recover, though it will probably take a while. Our vaults are almost full, though. You know what this says to me? This says that we probably want to go ahead and lay down the plans for an expansion of our inner sanctum so Maximilian can heal. But before then, looking at our power, I do kind of feel that we probably need to deal with that first. Let's see. This is a little bit too large. Yeah, we'll reserve that spot for something else. Let's instead expand this corridor out a little bit more. Maybe have a power room. Ooh, that would actually be quite a sizable power room, to be fair. Let's see. If we did something like this, would that be what we'd need? Let's have a look at how we could set this up. Now, this is a huge power room. We probably don't need this much. Also, it isn't quite going to work either. No, we need this to be a different size if I want to have it all symmetrical, and I do. I wish I wish I could say that that didn't matter to me. I wish I could honestly say that I just won't care. But I will. So let's just accept it and move on with our lives. Let's do... Ooh, that is not quite what I wanted it, but sure. Let's move you down. Now, that area is going to be perfect for me to place a door somewhere around here. And instead, I can have one generator there. Actually, yeah, I kind of like this. This is not going to be an area for the for an incinerator. So if we just have a door right there, that should all work out okay. There we go. Let's pop down a corridor and pop that in. There we are. That'll look fairly good, I think. We could perhaps... No, we can't. Can't have a extinguisher in there. I wonder if there are any decor items we could put in here. They kind of are, I guess. You know what? Okay. I'm going to do away with the functionality of that device in exchange for prettying things up with barrels of potentially fuel and waste substances. And naturally, we're going to need a light. We don't have lights. Well, that is a little bit vexing, but okay. Instead, I'll have some seats for peeps to just chill out there. There we go. That'll look okay. Oh, did I place down a door in there? Yes, I did. Good. Okay. Right. Crack on then. Let's get all of that sorted and quickly. Also, my lord, we need to move all of this fast because people are going to start very much not liking it. Very much not liking the look of all of that. How are the beds looking? Okay, we've seemed to have greatly fixed the bed situation. The food situation, less so. These are still being used quite extensively, though I am seeing less hunger moodlets, so that is an improvement to some degree. Okay, well, I think we should be okay with that.
Your vaults are full.
Don't worry, we'll start spending money really, really soon.
A trap has
Unfortunately,
been triggered.
digging this out does not spend the money. That is a little bit sad, but...
What is it now?
Maximilian,
Evil
can we be down here?
minds think alike.
So you can disguise them. There we are. Let's have you guys escorted out, please and thank you. No. If someone could please escort you out, that would be great. Now, how many of these... Like, which ones do I need to take out? Oh, there they are. These are the pesky investigators. Okay. Could we have
I
you
want that
captured
intruder.
instead?
I'll capture them myself.
I mean, that's fine. We only need to take down one of them, and I may as well get a little bit of extra intel by interrogating them.
A trap has been triggered.
The rest are probably going to be able to be
An intruder has been
got rid
captured.
of easily enough. There we are. All of these being set up to be built. Marvelous. You can just go ahead and be immediately executed, and that should complete the amass muscle condition. Wow, you are very much hurt. And it's just boxing gloves so far. Imagine what's going to be like when I've got access to the real traps. But now, that's actually pretty...
An intruder
nice
has
block.
given us their secrets.
There we go. Go to objectives. All right. We're going to get access to all of the Muscle
Task
Minion
complete.
items. The guard table, the security desk, the security camera, the new item guard post, so on and so forth. Very well. Collect
Now,
reward.
this is more like it. Tell me, what do you bench press?
The biggest one.
Right. Okay, not quite what I expected. How many bullet wounds would it take to kill you?
The biggest one.
I mean, even if it takes the biggest
Are you
bullet
okay?
that man has
Great, I just
ever
want to know. You're
fabricated
hired.
to kill you, that's pretty impressive. Considering what can be
Your
both
vaults
technically
are
and
almost
practically categorized as a bullet. You know, not just, well, it's technically a bullet. No, it is literally a bullet. That's the only way you could perceive this. Okay, we need to cancel that scheme. Some lunatic is claiming to have opened the portal to Grecian Underworld. I'm afraid we're just not going to find out. Cancelling will lose all progress on the scheme. Any minions that have left the lair will not return to the lair. If the scheme has started progress, you will only be refunded for 25% of the cost. Confirm. I need a new scheme, and I would like it to be one of the ones that doesn't cost me money, if possible. There we go. Let's get someone out there right now. It'll take them a little bit of time to get there, but that should be fine. And while that's happening, go ahead and start making me some money elsewhere.
A trap
Please
has
and
been
indeed,
triggered.
Thank you. There we go. Let's go and peek in here. How you doing? You're doing all right. You've managed to actually disable so many of my traps. Oh, you scoundrel, you. Donk. You didn't get all of them, though. Right, okay. Well, next up, then, I guess it's time for us to start considering the next side mission. But for now,
Your
I think
votes
things
are
are actually
full.
doing relatively well. I know I've risked saying it, but I kind of feel they are. Maybe we even need somewhere to store our gold. You know what? I think Maximilian has earned it. Sure, we'll give you a vault, Maximilian. Let's go ahead and fill it with crates full of gold. Well, actually, if we spread these out a little bit. I know it's not the most bang for buck vault that you're going to get, but still, this should be okay. Actually, we can make it look quite snaz by doing something like this. There we are. We can have the vault items in here, there, and there. And this one, well, we do need the doors, sadly. As much as I would like it if I could, well, maybe I can. Let's see. Is that going to complain? Oh, it's not complaining. Well, that's very nice. Let's go ahead and pop the door in there, maybe. It's not exactly the best placement because they've got to kind of walk around the side. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm going to be honest, but in the interest of keeping my valuables safe, I guess we'll accept. Let's go ahead and pop 2 lamps there as well. Okay, we'll get a little extension to our vault. Oh, this is going to be an auspicious moment, Maximilian. You're going to love this. A place to put more money.
Your votes are almost
Are you
full.
going to be taken out? Well, actually, I don't know if you'll survive another trip through. But at this stage, I think it's fair to say that it's also time for us to start considering the evil lair. Now, how are we going to set this up? I could have it down here. Let's have a look at how big these items are. That would actually fit.
Your votes
Okay.
are almost
How big
full.
is this? That would also kind of technically fit. Not quite what I would want. No, we're gonna do this in a different way then. There isn't quite enough room for us to set this up properly. We want it's our inner sanctum. It's got to be utterly ridiculously huge. Come on, this is Maximilian. There is no part of Maximilian that would settle for anything that isn't obnoxiously gigantic. Not that he's making up for anything, of course. Perish the thought. No, just wants a big inner sanctum. Isn't an evil genius allowed to have a big inner sanctum? My lord. What's the world coming to when an evil genius has to have a tiny, piddly, squished up inner sanctum? No. We need a gigantic inner sanctum. Those are very expensive components, though. You may have noticed. That is 25,000, and that's 15,000. This one's the more important because this one keeps Maximilian's health up, which, as you can obviously guess, is exceptionally important. Actually, we're going to need to bring that in a little bit, which means we need to do the same down here. Maybe... No, sadly. What we could do to make that look a little better is do something like this. Yeah, actually, that does work out. Let's go ahead and pop this door down. I kind of want to go. Oh, now I've already built that. I kind of want the gold room off the inner sanctum. There's something very Maximilian about that. But for now, we'll accept it as it is. But later, we'll get so much gold. Let's pop those in as well. There we go. Is there nothing else I can put in here? No, there's not. Well, that's a bit of a shame. I think I'm going to have an iris mainframe over here. Sure, we'll pop an iris mainframe right about there. And in fact, we'll move Maximilian's chair just a little bit further forward. I think this is going to be grand. I'm extremely happy with this. Not only are we going to be storing gold, it's going to be stored very close to the inner sanctum. It's going to be amazing. Oh, don't worry. We're going to have plenty of gold. Well, hopefully soon. Right, we're starting to build the inner sanctum now. We need to get a cover operation and big picture thinking. Those are the two next steps on our path to world domination. Fresh approach is required, and there's any number of promising candidates out there. Bring one back. Well, that's not
Another group of agents. Can't a genius with a dubious criminal past purchase an exotic lair in peace anymore?
I know, right? Where are the good old days?
It's probably all the helicopters. They'll be wondering what we're doing out here.
That's why I chose this location. It has the perfect cover operation, even if it is abandoned.
Well,
I think the problem is that it's abandoned, boss. Not many people visit an abandoned... anything.
have you seen the world? Have you actually spent any time with people? What a stupid thing to say. Do you know how many people tour the world visiting abandoned things all the time? My goodness.
For once, you make a good point. Very well.
No, she
Hire some
doesn't.
staff.
That's a stupid
Dress them
point.
well, teach them to cheat at roulette.
The dumbest point, and Maximilian's like, oh, well, fair enough.
Complete.
My goodness. My goodness, says I. But yes, we do need to get that. Oh, my lord, look at this, though. It's so cold. I do like the stone wall as well. That's very nice. I wonder what kind of rock that is. It's not smooth. It has quite a granular texture to it. I am liking what I'm seeing. Oh, yes, indeed I am. That I'm not liking, though. Oh, my goodness. That is ultra bad. Why? I mean, I appreciate down here because it's not an odd number, but you could... Oh. See, you've done it right there. Why not? Oh. Hurts. It hurts. But there we go. It's going to take us a little while to set that up, but oh, look, gold. It's got any interesting stamps? I can't make out the stamps on it. Is it just EG2? Yes, it's EG2. That's a little uninspired, I'm going to be honest, but okay. Right then, we need a new cover operation. We need to grab... Oh, really? Over here again? That's a little bit more of a problem. Well, okay, we're gonna... I could spend the money to get that done, but not until the Inner Sanctum's complete. Let's see if we've completed any side story. We have not, sadly. Also, we've just completed a scheme, apparently. Looks like we completed it over here. Marvelous. Let's get out there. Start thieving from the world. This one is almost complete, which is quite nice. As is that. Wow, we've got quite a few almost completed there. I could send the workers out there and get the money fast, but I'm fine with the slow burn, really. Let's go ahead and get that one going. That one is almost finished, though. But that one's going to take a little bit more time to complete. Let's wait for this one to be done. Then we're going to need to send out someone to immediately start pulling the heat down. So as soon as we see the second type of heat... Actually, what the schemes we're doing. Bring the yurt. An underground fighting ring. Small round tent. Well, also, another bring the yurt. Oh. One of the things I really liked about the original is how many of the schemes were... again, they were all like radio voice cast. So it was a bit of an interesting one. But... there doesn't seem to be very much variance just in the text descriptions of the various schemes. It is a bit of a shame. Oh, thank goodness. We're getting the most important thing built in the base right now, and that is Maximilian's recovery station.
A trap has been triggered.
We're still seeing people who need sleep. Oh, it's a great fan of this.
Locate and distract that intruder.
Please locate and distract them all, actually. There we go. Let's... get them out of here. There we are. Thank you. We're actually starting to see some tourists show up. Even before we've managed to secure the...
You are no match for
What?
me.
Oh, you decided to fight. Fair enough. But we haven't secured the valet yet. Okay. Well, this one's going to take a little while for us to get up to. But is there anything else we want to build at the moment? There's nothing else we need, but we can now consider building an armory. Now, that is going to slow down time, the time that we are going to have to take to get everything else set up, but I think it may well be worth doing. Also, this is something that I've been meaning to do for a while. We want to make a little area over here. I am actually going to invest in a door there. We're going to pop maybe another door a little bit further along. Perhaps even just a door here. I'm not entirely sure yet. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I think something like that should be fine. I am amused by the how similar our minions to our power level is. But then I'm going to set... Well, actually, I can cancel that one and just move this door. Move this one across. There we go. I would very much like our intruders to be intrigued enough to come and
A
investigate
trap
here.
has been triggered.
Furthermore, I would like a camera to watch for them. Something right about there. I could also have a camera down here as well. And I think that would be reasonable. As the room we're next going to build is the armory. Now, I'm going to want the armory about here. I'm not sure exactly how big the items are going to be in here. We want the security desk. Minions can use this to monitor security cameras and alert minions stationed at the guard tables in the room. The screens are a huge 320 by 240 resolution, and it can manage exactly 3 security cameras at once. Oh, look at the shinies. I approve. Let's get a guard table down here. Sure, we'll pop the guard table right about there, I think. And some more lamps in there. Oh, I'm a big fan. Big fan of the design in here. Now, you know what? I'm okay with this one being just a single door wide. That's fine in this instance. I may want to slide that one up though. Yeah. We want a couple of chairs along the walls, just so that we've got some minions to take over when the time comes. And, you know, just because. We've got to have somewhere to put no, we're not going to start melting people in acid. Not yet. That comes later. I will, however, be doing one more thing, and it's something that I've been meaning to do for a little while.
A trap has been triggered.
We are going to make a room very specifically for the incineration of scallywags. It's not using nuclear waste to do it. I know. I'm a little bit disappointed as well, but no. We need to have this room properly set up. Let's move that across there. That should do quite nicely, and we can have one down there as well. Okay, perfect. In here, we are going to have just incinerators. Right now, we're just going to build the one, but it's going to be so much closer to where fighting is going down. And that's the idea. We want to have a collection that's going to eventually have 4 incinerators, which means I'll probably move these away and close this room off. Well, actually, I might keep them just so that we can deal with anyone who dies in different parts of the base, but probably only 1 or 2 at the various rooms. But this one's going to have a collection of them, because I strongly suspect we're going to see a lot of agents of justice going down around here. Okay, you now need to be...
I want that intruder found and killed.
Yep. You are going to need to be eliminated the moment you take pictures of everything. Hopefully we can get this fight over with soon. They are... Wow, my muscle minions are utterly useless right now. It is deeply distressing. You are so busy trying to get through that door. Are we going to take care of you? No.
Why is that intruder still alive? Find and kill them.
Well, that's fine. It shouldn't be too terrible for us, but we are going to be a little bit further away from getting the valets set up just yet. Let's go ahead and check in on the world map. We can actually start that now, though, considering. Sure, we pulled down the heat enough. Let's get that going. A good valet needs to be able to pour wine under the most stressful conditions. Send a worker to a haunted house experience. Make them serve drinks to the ghouls. Then bring them here and interrogate them. Okay, fair enough. Bit of an interesting recruitment process, but sure. Let's get all of this cleared up, please, and thank you. That will be significantly easier in the future. I could perhaps add in a further camera just down here, and I think I will. Let's pop this camera right there. So if they end up coming through this door, there's a couple of places which should spot them, and since I will have marked them to be captured, it should dispatch minions from this guard table immediately. Now, how many people can sit there? 8 people. So let's increase the amount of muscle minions that we're going to have in the base at any one time. I think that should be fine. And we've got enough money to get all of this built, which is actually kind of amazing. Well, that does make it so far away from getting that set up. Maximilian, how are you doing? Health-wise, you're okay, but let's go ahead and have you go and restore your stats.
But I do rest.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I as much as people make a big deal about me never sleeping, I absolutely rest. I may or may not be scheming whilst resting. My eyes may or may not be closed. In fact, when I sleep, my eyes are very, very
We've
closed.
got a new prisoner.
Right, let's go ahead and pop you in there, which freaks people out so much. Right, hello. I would very much like you to
I
be
need
escorted
that
out.
intruder's attention
Same with you.
elsewhere. Find them.
And indeed the same with you. Now, there we go. We've got some minions ready to take over the desk at any moment. Does it actually show me?
An
No, it
intruder
does not.
has given us their
That makes me sad. That would have been amazing if those 3 cameras were actually a view of the cameras. That would have been pure bliss. At this point, actually, I think we're going to increase this not just to 8, but to 10. Let's get 10 muscle minions so we can have 2 off shift at any one time. Because they are going to be cycling constantly. Now, as soon as you guys move through here, my minions should be dispatched, which will be rather grand. How are we doing down here? Minions are having plenty to eat. That's good. Okay, things are going okay. So far, so reasonable, I would say. What is my maximum? Oh, there we go. We can now start to train some valets. We'll start with just 4 for now. We are going to absolutely need a new training room for the valets. That is a stupidly big training apparatus. But we need a good couple more lockers, I think.
A trap has been triggered.
There we go. They've immediately been noticed on the cameras, and so my guards have been dispatched. Excellent. That should do a big bit of help keeping all of this sorted. I think this should be a decent spot just over here to place down a couple of lockers. Right, where is that scheme over? Got a scheme there, we've got a scheme there. We do not have a scheme over here, but... Well. Agent X, super investigator, idle, trying on new hats. Fair. In another life, Sam Hill was a journalist who brought down the president for his illegal re-election activities. Patriot was none too happy about it, but they recognized his nose for the truth. For the truth was a talent they could use. When they recruited him, Sam Hill died, and Agent X was born. That feels a little bit on the nose. My lord. Let's go out there and take care of this. Technically, we didn't break any bones for this one. Distraction. We just stole some levers and pulleys from a hospital. What? Okay. Let's get out there and do that. But, whilst that's all going down, we need more lockers rather urgently. Let's have a look. Actually, how much was that? It was 10. We want that to be 11. There we go. And that will give us 1, 2, and indeed 3. Well, no, I couldn't fit them in. Sadly, I could. Ooh, I really want to push this. I could do something along these lines there. Something like that, and have them back to back all the way through. That might be a reasonable way of getting a decent amount of extra locker room in there. And a final locker on this wall. There we go. And, of course, a little bit of decor. Some lamps. There we are. And confirm. That is going to give us a nice, hefty amount of extra room for our minions. It's important to have the resting spots in rooms, and in fact, for that reason, I really should add it in here, thinking about it. Simply because it will allow... Oh, okay, we have got some new items. Not to be confused with real computers. This is a real computer. This toy will keep your less talented workers occupied watching the wheels spin. Slow's smart strain. Dot matrix printer. This printer is an old force of justice model invented by Agent Smith. Although it is indescribably loud and slow, it'll get the job done. This is the sound of inevitability. Okay, Slow's morale drain. The boffins in the lab wanted to call this an information bucket. It's a good thing we stopped them. This is now a data bank. Slow's smart strain, and finally the tape drive. The dials control the speed of the reels. The 4 buttons open the glass case. The tape contains old recordings of the adventures of Atomic Lad and a Neutron Joe. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and pop this in here. Drat, I can't have it quite in that position because that would have been amazing. I can't. I'm really very, very much limited to where I can place this. Wow, okay. How about over here? It's not going to be close enough then, though. Well, let's go with a dot matrix printer. It's a shame I can't have it pointing in that direction, but I think we'll make do. And can I have a... nope, that makes that area inaccessible. That is a real shame, because that would have been brilliant. Okay, I would like your morale to drain a little bit less quickly, I suppose. Yeah, we'll pop that there. And I'll place a seat. No, I can't place... Oh, that is quite the frustration, not gonna lie. Oh, well. What I can do instead, though, is maybe just move that there for a second. Have someone sat in the corner. No, efficiency is not going to win on that one. I refuse. I will have that printer, though. As ugly of a placement as it may be, we're going to have that there. We will have a data bank over here and a dot matrix printer right about there. That should be okay. We then would like very much to have another computer. Oh, well, interesting. Let's get rid of that then. That's a bit annoying. All right, well, I've got a reason to expand these rooms then, I suppose. I hadn't really considered that, but that is definitely something we're going to have to look into. We'll just have to be like that for now. It looks like our security station is doing the job very, very well right now. Once all of this is built up, we're going to have an awful lot of minions. It's fine.
Maybe steal some from the world.
Already working on it. We'll get there. Okay, now I need a valet trainer. Where would I like to build this? Probably something to pop down there. But looking at the time, we're going to have to build our valet trainer in the next episode, I'm afraid. Because it is definitely about time for this one to come to a sad but inevitable close. I really do hope you've enjoyed, though, and will be joining me for the next. Do let me know if you've got any tips or suggestions for the way that we're laying out the base, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.